That is hot. I don't want the internet to bully me anymore. I just want a wide receiver. And he's going to run it deep out of the end zone here. And he breaks free! They beat the Dallas Cowboys! You were twerking in that lighthouse. Dirty one.
Jimmy just stepped out. He stepped up the back of the end zone. And he threw a pick. Oh my God.
He still messed it up.
Oh, we still here.
It's caught! It's a touchdown! Card!
Please not Jefferson Valley.
No! Yes! And there's cars everywhere! It is so bright. We raised $500,000. We have hit 400K! Half a freaking frackin' million people. Touchdown! Jordan Love and Christian Watson!
It's frickin' frackin' time.
Water is room temperature and it's awful! Grossi Posse Packer! Nation, welcome to an episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. That's right, it's part one because I couldn't do one in December because I got too busy, and we're doing it now this month in my busiest month of the year. Grossi, how the heck are we freaking fracking doing? Good God, there is not enough time in the day. You got coaches leaving, and it's making me do videos, and I can't write the North, and I'm just trying to get it done. Kung Fu! Gift and a membership. What a freaking day. I appreciate you, Kung Fu. I'm all-star. 2 months. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, it's just been a pain in the ass of a day. Like, it's been a crazy day. Nick Saban just announced that he's retiring, and even as someone who doesn't watch college football, I still understand the weight of all of that. Of course, Pete Carroll stepping down as well. It's just been a crazy, crazy freaking fracking day. So, yeah, I have the majority of the episode all planned out. I just had to write down, especially for some of the dialogue and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be spending the evening just finalizing that script, and then I'll be filming and editing tomorrow, and so hopefully about tomorrow night, and that will be that. Hopefully. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can because I refuse to, like, rush it out and have it be bad or have it not be what I want, because at this point, we have potentially... There is a decent shot that we have 2 episodes left. Ever. Of, like, the entire saga. Like, all the sagas, 2 episodes left. So, yeah, no, I ain't rushing it, which is pretty nuts. But Dan Quinn, I think he's got a good shot. Definitely he's got a good shot. If I am being honest, I think Dan Quinn makes the most amount of sense unless they go for a Vrabel type. Or, Ben Johnson, something like that. So, favorite video I've ever made? Oh, boy, there's a bunch of those. I mean, even the Bengals, how it started this whole North lore, the Bengals reaction video, that intro is one of my favorite ones for 2020. The Texans one for, like, the reaction video that year was really funny. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, it'd probably be some, like, East episodes, some Coach episodes, some Saga episodes. Definitely. Yeah, Saban's gone. I'm not gonna lie, this past episode that I did, it's probably one of my favorite scripts I've ever written. Definitely of the sagas too. So it's been pretty good. Saga may just overtake the South for me. Let's go. Oh, Chloe, good to see you. I feel like I don't see you around anymore. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's good. Oh yeah, and then just Coach Season 6. But Coach Season 6 is gonna be such a trip, man. Like, I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be really good. I'm gonna be very excited to be done, for the saga, just to kind of have that weight lifted a little bit. But number 4, all-time best saga episode ever. Damn, that's pretty high praise. So what do you got? The season 3 finale, the season 4 finale, the season 5 finale, and then that? Or somewhere around there, I would imagine, something. Jim Harbaugh, though. Vanessa! Finally made a members Q&A live. Thanks for all the great content. Still so glad I was helped with 30 and 30 in June. When you come back to Colorado, there are plans. They are not in stone because nothing is in stone right now, because my schedule for the next, 2 months is it is a mess. But I did say that I wanted to do a theater show, at least one. I'm probably going to do a couple this summer, and one of them is tentatively planned for Colorado. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Anything else planned after Coach, after you're done? Nah, not yet. Not yet. I think this season was a really important learning season because I think with the creation of scripted, I can make short form lore, and it's the most successful thing like I've ever done. So that's pretty damn nuts. I mean, it literally is the most popular series I've ever done, and I created it week 2. So if I'm going to continue that next year. You know, I just really enjoy doing it. It's a different way to do videos, and like I found that I could be really creative doing it. Yeah, honestly, I just need a bigger house so I can have more characters in it, because I just ran out of room for cameras, and like in terms of like eye lines and sight lines, it just makes it more difficult. But we go see. I mean, we already got some scripted lore, so I'm really having a lot of time with it. So yeah, it's been fun. I've been really enjoying it. So yeah, I don't know what's coming out after the Coach and the sagas and stuff, but don't worry, there'll be something. I think it's just I'm already starting to think about what's next that's not saga related, of just like evolution of the channel. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like a lot. Johnny knows. I had a full-blown conversation with him last night at like, what was that, 11, 12 o'clock at night? So yeah, there's a lot coming down the pipe of what I want to do. And I think what's cool now is like there is such a community and such a fan base that 30 and 30 really just told me, not only just like the live stuff, but 30 and 30 really just told me of like, hey, you know what? I can take like some significant risks and everything will still be cool. You know, everything will still be all right. So I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. We're gonna change some things. I legitimately want to change sports media. So we gonna do it. We gonna do it. Vegan cooking show. That's it. It's gonna be grass people with Grossi. Grossi. Grossi grass? That sounds like weed. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh, the international fan base. Don't worry. Don't worry. International fan base. They'll be taken care of this summer. Don't you worry. Bruce and Springsteen's Excellent Adventure. Daniel! How we freaking fracking doing? We rocking, we rolling, we rocking, we rolling. Can't believe I did the Darkest Treat in 2023. Wow, it does feel significantly longer. Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe that was last year. That's nuts. God, there's so much. There was so much that was going on. This whole year feels like it went by in a flash. So, yep. I was all right. It was a solid day. It wasn't as productive as I wanted it to be in terms of writing for the North. It was, I kept getting interrupted with it, in which I did GPS. And I was like, all right, I'm going to eat food, and then I'm going to sit down, and I'm just going to like write until it's done. And then Pete Carroll, you know, was asked to go bye-bye. So I did a reaction there, and I'm like, all right, now I'm going to sit down and work. And then Berta was like, do you want to do GPS? I was like, all right, let's do GPS. Tryon! Heard Mike Tomlin might be taking a year break from coaching, like Sean Payton. As a Steelers fan, I pray to God, listen, that doesn't happen. Ooh, no, I have not heard that. Where is that even being tossed around? I haven't even seen rumors of that. I don't think that'd be the case, and I think, like, that would be him being gone. Dude, I have not seen Godzilla -1. I've had no time. I have no time. I have not left my house in a good amount of time except to run some random errands because I thought I was gonna have Thursdays off, but now I've been using the Thursdays, you know, for the North Saga. So yeah, there's no shot. I really want to see it, and obviously it's out of theaters now. I still want to see Iron Claw. Like I want to see Zone of Interest. There's a bunch of movies I want to see. It's just I ain't got the time to do so. Yeah, dude. Oh, it's just room temperature. It's terrible. I cleaned my Britas today. Ugh. It's not good. It's not good. 30 and 30 adventures. Just adding into the lore. Probably not, because like I know this is gonna sound ironic and maybe a little hypocritical, but a lot of those videos, like when I'm doing fan reactions, I don't want to make them about me. I want to make them about like what the actual fans are experiencing and feeling throughout the season. And I obviously try to be funny with it and try to make the videos entertaining, but my number one thing is the accuracy. So yeah, you know, I know, room temperature water. It's terrible. So only Jake Laser said it. Oh yeah, I don't know. No, it's gotta be cold. Come on now. This is blah. Yeah. 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 It's not like warm, but it's not cold. It's gotta be cold. Exactly, Dean. This is low. Come on. Temperature's not bad. I mean, it's starting to drop now. We've actually had some windstorms these past 2 days, and it was like pouring rain yesterday. But yeah, I'm just glad I didn't lose power, because that would have been a problem. I did see Killers of the Flower Moon. Yes, I did go see that at some point. I don't remember when I saw that. Whenever it came out, I always thought it was Oppenheimer, but I forgot. I went to the movies once this season, and it was because I went to go see Killers of the Flower Moon, and I don't even remember what day I had off to go and see that. I think it was like a spur of the moment thing, but maybe I like skip clickbait for it or something. I don't even remember, but we'll see. We shall see. A lot going on, though. A lot going on. Whose idea was GPS? I wanted to do a show with Perna forever. Like, I've been wanting to do it for the past couple years, and then Carmi was born, and I was still teaching, so we didn't do it. And then we kind of came together again. It was Perna's idea for clickbait. That one was 100% him, but it was kind of a mutual thing for GPS. So we've just been enjoying it. I don't think Getsy's going to return. If he's coming back to Green Bay, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked, but he might go to the Jets. You know, he might be a Rodgers guy, so... Luke, he's insanely popular. That was like one of the reasons. It was insanely popular, and they were worried about another revolution and overthrow if that happened too. So, you know, -6. I heard it's supposed to be cold. I think this weekend's supposed to get cold, but I think it's only supposed to be 30. So, Jet, there already is conversation with Puppy 2. It actually was at the end of the fundraiser, or like during the fundraiser, not in 2023, in 2022. I just didn't get to do 3. I recorded it and everything, and then my SD card got corrupted, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to do this until like March. So that's where we are. Oh my God, we're doing film noir. Raymond Day Goat. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Downfall. I've heard of it, but I have not seen it though. Yeah, it's supposed to be like -9 or some crazy thing for the Chiefs game. That's gonna be wild. Like wild. Yes, I am doing the game on Sunday with my dad. Yep. It's the voice of the whole damn class. I love that so much. No, it won't be till next fundraiser. It's just gonna be during the off season. I just can't tell you when. I have lots of plans. Hey, Janine, I appreciate you. Let's go. Oh, she's supposed to debut tonight? Oh, I didn't even know. I honestly forgot that AEW was tonight. Maybe that'd be pretty cool. That'd be a big signing, and they're kind of in this weird transition period too. So I think that they could definitely utilize like a star signing with them right now, because they're still waiting for Osprey, right? So, no, Scooter and I have never done a game together because Scooter doesn't stream. So, yeah, he doesn't stream, and then 5 like streams intermittently. So like Tree streams, and then like I made Perna stream. So now he does that. Yeah, I heard it was very, very good, Downfall. I've heard of it before. I just haven't had a chance to see it. I mean, dude, I still haven't seen All Quiet on the Western Front. Like, remember when that came out on Netflix and everyone was like, you need to go see it? I was like, yeah, it's on my list. And I just haven't had time. I also feel like I need to be in a right mindset to be like, all right, I want to watch a soul-crushingly depressing movie. So that's where that is. Oh, Packer return. That could be cool. Yeah, Papa Grossi's back. He will be here on Sunday. I'm streaming every playoff game. I'm streaming the night game, the Chiefs game with Perna. Then I'm streaming the Bills-Steelers game with Perna. And Packers-Cowboys with Papa Grossi, and then the rest by myself. So, yep. We'll see. We should. Yeah, I literally forced Perna to stream because he didn't like it at first. And I get it. You know, it's just like, it's 3 hours. It's a huge time commitment. And I was like, dude, just keep doing it. And now look. Yeah, before Revolution. So when Osprey gets there, that's definitely going to help. I'm curious what they're going to do with him. But yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. This offseason, folks, like I have so many plans. Ishi, I'm feeling all right. I'm tired. I'm very tired. But it's all right. Tonight's going to be like a bit of a quiet night. I'm just going to sit there and write, and we're going to see how long it takes. And the only thing is, like, I have to write it. It can't be 30 minutes again. It can't, because I don't have the time for it. But that's okay because I'm continuing it. Last week's episode had to be 30 minutes because it was the continuation of the murder mystery, and there was so much I wanted to pack into that episode. Like, for example, I don't need to have the Lionel Vince conversation in this episode because I have time for it. Even if they both lose or one of them loses this weekend, I have time to do it for the next week. I think at most what we're looking at is probably an episode this week, an episode next week, and if the Ravens and Browns, like let's just say the Steelers win, that could keep it going too. But if the Ravens and Browns face off against each other, then I'll do like the third, and that will be that. Hey, Kaylee, what's going on? So I'm thinking at most, unless something crazy happens and like the Steelers move on or it's like Packers Lions, I'm thinking there's 3 saga episodes left. And then that's it. Magic. Yeah, they should probably fire Matt Patricia. Yeah, they probably should. They probably should. So again, it's just gonna be a matter of finagling. If if something happens to the Steelers, like if the Steelers lose to the Bills, I'm just gonna have to try and work around that where it kind of makes sense. Because like that's honestly like my biggest concern. Like I know the stories that I want to tell. It's just now trying to justify, okay, well, why are these characters still there if they're quote unquote eliminated? Which I've done before. I mean, there's been characters that have stayed the entire time and it's fine. But having the blood demon show up in front of everybody is kind of the signaling of the end, because now everybody is gonna know. So, yep. Rap, yeah, no, he came through with that. Really appreciate it. Brought some spotted cow to me, and it was pretty great. I think we'll do a little rousing after I chug this water. But yeah, no, it's gonna be good. The saga is gonna be out tomorrow. It's just gonna be a lot of work to get it done. But if I write a good tight script that's maybe only like 10 or 15 pages, I can make it, a 15-20 minute episode and film it, edit it, and get it all done, because the editing has been taking a lot longer too. Like I've been spending a lot of time editing just because like there's so many fine details that I want to get right, especially with, like music cues and stuff and highlights and all that great stuff. Let's go, TKG. Come on now. Best WWE event? Probably WrestleMania 24. 24 was pretty damn cool. So who killed Tim? You'll find out. Not dead yet though. Not dead yet. Don't worry. Pain has to happen first. Yeah, it is gonna be a rough. It's gonna be a rough episode. I'm just letting you know. There's gonna be a lot going on, but there's a moment that is it's gonna be interesting. So 2020 skit. Yes. So if you type in Bengals fan reaction, like 2020, you can go check it out there. It's like the first like 5 minutes is a whole skit that introduces Ed and Janine and Tim. So yeah, short script, like 10, 15 pages. Yeah. I mean, I was feeling good when I started writing, and then Pete Carroll left. And I was like, damn it, man. Like I was so close. Cinderella Man, a great song. It's true. No, Kaylee. Not really. I actually wanted to do, there's a shot that I wanted to do, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but I already know how the next episode's going to start. I know the first character you're going to see. I know the second character. I know the third character. I know the conversations that are going to be had. So like I said, it's mostly in my head right now. I just have to get out the dialogue, and I probably could improv the entire thing, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Yeah, because I want to make sure it's good. Well, make sure it's like really, really good. Yeah, he did. He kicked me out of the writing zone. That is accurate. So, Pete's gone. Does that mean that Gavin could join Jerry? Ugh. Just you wait. God, Coach is going to be so good. Coach is going to be so effing good. It's just, it's nice, and I know, and I really feel, I'm very grateful for this. I feel like I have instilled enough trust in the fan base to the viewers that they know like it's going to be a satisfying ending. And like, I promise you that it is going to be a very satisfying ending. So like, there's a bunch of arcs that I need to get to that I'm really looking forward to, like coming full circle with Frederick, coming full circle with Wildflower, Lenny and Breck, Mac and freaking Captain. Of course, then you also have like these warring factions that are going to start to like really put themselves out there and like kind of wrap that up as well. And then of course, the actual plot. There's a lot. Oh my God, it's going to be so much better than the Game of Thrones ending. It's going to be so much better. That's it. Rachel, it's funny you say that. Gavin will have a role to play. Gavin will have a role to play. There's a reason why his fate was kind of left up in the air. But I have been like thinking about Diego, and I'm like, how can I really like close off his arc? And I'm just like thinking about it, and I'm like, nope. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but it's all right. I got time. Yeah, Gavin's gonna play a part. Has the season affected your last coach season? Not really. It's kind of went where I thought it was going to go. There's a little bit of there. Darth, just for a little bit, only like 2 to 3 inches. It's all gone now because it rained. But, yeah, like I really think you're going to like it. I really think it's going to be like the end game of seasons, of where it's, you know, if you have stayed with us this entire time and watched the sagas and all the coach episodes and all that stuff, you know, like there is going to be a pretty significant payoff in which like every season is important. Every single season, like an episode mattered. And even if it was something that was like, what is this plot line? Like that's going to come back. So yeah, Kate, I have no idea. How many episodes. I truly don't. But I already told people, like, it's not going to be, like, released weekly. They're going to be released as they're done. You know, like, it could be 6 episodes, and they could be an hour long. I legitimately do not know. I think there's going to be some really long episodes. So, yeah, I'm not going to limit myself to that and just be like, oh, there's going to be 8, there's going to be 6. I have a bunch of titles already that I definitely want to use. But it's going to come down to, like, when I sit down, actually write it out. Okay, first episode, how am I going to start to put a bow on this thing? You know? And, yeah. Thomas! How do you record efficiently with so many different camera angles, lighting situations, and outfits? Also, I can't wait to see you change sports media. I appreciate you, Thomas. How you doing? I see you streaming. I hope you're rocking. Hope the gato's great. Hope everyone's good. So how do I record efficiently? That's a great question. So there's a couple of different ways that I handle it. And I kind of alluded to this the last time. I think it was Q&A, of just like how much goes into like filming an episode, like even the scripted ones too. But usually I just take it by like on a regular episode, I'll take it by character basis. I'll write a script and I'll go, let's just say it's the North episode. I'll go, okay, I have to record Ed. Ed has a scene in the kitchen. Ed has a scene in the living room. Ed has a scene over here, 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 here. I'm going to film all of the scenes with Ed. Now, the issue is, let's just say I start at 3 p.m. Eastern. I start filming, and let's just say it's in the living room or it's in basically anywhere besides here and maybe the kitchen, depending on where I am. Then it gets difficult because the light is going to shift throughout the day. So if there are outdoor scenes, I need to film those characters back to back or back to back to back, you know, however many characters are in a scene, because the lighting needs to be similar. So I have gotten screwed so many times where I've gone to the beach and there's people there. And so I have to go back and I have to film. And then you'll see like little bits of like, it's a little bit more dark or it's a little bit more bright. And I just try to reduce that as much because you're trying not to pull the audience out of the scene by going like, oh, it's dark out right now. And the biggest example of it is the season finale of the East Saga, in which I recorded Tome's scene and then I recorded Bruce and Springsteen's. When I was finally done filming, it was nighttime. And so I had to do like a throwaway line about the weather because I was sitting out there freezing my ass off. And that was the last one I had to do. And even like the scene where you see Frederick like leaving and putting on the sunglasses, there's like a scene in the dark with like Bruce and Springsteen. And I'm like, I can't do anything about it. It needed to come out that night, you know? So that's what happens. OWT, that actually was my hardest game to pick this weekend, was the Texans one. I don't know why, but I really feel like the Texans might take it. I really believe in the Browns. Their defense is nasty, but like there's a part of me that like at home, I don't know, they might take it. But anyway, so that's just one thing for filming. So then I just do character by character, and there are times where I'll film like in the last episode and the entire thing will be out of focus and I just didn't notice. Like I thought I got it, but I didn't. So it's basically just trying to do it in the most efficient way possible with speed. And there's the technical aspect and the lighting aspect, but then there's also like the performance aspect. So that, I would say, the more technical part of it, like the more technical a shot is, it is then more difficult to perform because my mind is on the technical aspect. Like, and again, I've shown this clip before, like when I was Wildflower, talking to Grandpa Cardinal, so I had to film that scene and I didn't know if it was in focus. I just hoped it was. And that's why for the reaction videos, I use Calvin all the time to sit on the couch. So at least I can focus it there. But sometimes like something will happen and it'll become unfocused. So I like cried and like did the whole thing, like acted and did all that. And then was like, I hope all of it's in focus because if not, I just have to shoot all of that again. So green screen, it wouldn't look good. And like, there's nothing I would really utilize for a green screen. So yeah, I think I like that it's like real stuff. And, like, listen, it's low budget, it is what it is, but we're doing the best we can. So change characters when it comes to conveying the emotional aspect of things. Depends on the characters and depends on the episode. So what I'll usually do is if there's a really emotional scene, I will leave that towards the end. Because that's when I will also be the most tired. And if it's like a legit emotional scene, then I will be so exhausted because at that point I will have filmed all these characters and sometimes there's 10 characters or more to film and I can kind of channel that exhaustion into an emotion, and convey that hopefully decently well. But we'll see. We'll take it as it comes. Tomorrow's episode's gonna be good. I'm excited for it. I am kind of happy that I'm able to do it for another week too, because there's just craziness happened this week. Craziness. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. When I write, does anyone take a look at it? No, it's just me. Nope, it's just me. I've always done my own writing. Dan, 1 year at the community. Loving every moment. Thanks for what you do, Tom. Pray the Eagles are a different team on Monday, but not expecting much. Yeah, you and me both. Dad, they gotta show up. It's just, ugh. I appreciate you, Dan. Thank you. But yeah, I think the best part about it though, and like the most fun I have is like when I can be like legitimately when I played the scriptwriter who was drunk, and not this past episode, but the episode before that, you could just tell like how much fun I was having. Like that was just, I just got to like act and be silly, and it was all improv, in terms of just like, I have the dialogue and I was like, it's whatever. I could just improv this. So, oh my God, it was so much fun because I just got to be like loose, and like throughout the episode, there also is a shift from me being drunk to like kind of Lenny theatrical Shakespearean to then like being back to being drunk again. And it was just so much fun. It was so much effing fun. So that's been good. Ed has been a lot of fun because like I'll write a script, right? And it'll be a good script and I'm like really happy with it. But then like I will get to a character like Ed and I'm just gonna have fun with it. Like I'm just gonna make fun of it, or like I'm gonna kind of like improv it and just like what would the character do? And like the whole Ed like doing the kind of like walk, like the little bit of a bird walk, that wasn't in the script or anything. Like that was just there, and I saw that when I was moving it would flap, and I was like, well, this is perfect. I need to now do this. And I think like Ed just, I love the character of Ed. He's one of my favorites, and I didn't think he was going to be one of my favorites this year. So if there was anything that was surprising, it was that this year. So it was pretty great. And Otto, I'm not going to lie, folks, I legitimately think that's the best villain I've ever written. I really do. I'm really, really enjoying like writing Otto, because, and you're going to see it more like this, these upcoming episodes, there's a justification for it. Like it's not just him being awful just to be awful. And I think, with Rocky, you saw that sense of like, okay, here it is, he's possessed and all that stuff. And you're like, okay. And then with Gus, like Gus was good, especially like in the later episodes. But I feel like the build up to it wasn't as smooth as I would have liked it to be. You had like the Gollum stuff, but I just think like the writing wasn't as consistent as it could. And it was still obviously like the first saga I ever did. But with Otto, there was always like intention, and I didn't want to just make him a bad guy because it's the Cleveland Browns, right? Like I think that's just lazy. And it was like, no, this idea of one of the characters that's also from Coach and the character that's in the saga made him this way. Like you could always tell like there was a little something, but it was the constant scrambling, the constant that like literally made him that way. And to play that off for laughs earlier that season with Ed, like, and then to turn it into something sinister and dark, I did that in that episode with the intervention, and I was like, damn, like I really liked doing this because it makes it look good, and it makes the audience go like, oh crap, like should I be laughing at this? And then when that hits, it's like, oh, all right, it's a little much. It's a little much. Played together in the Super Bowl. What was your reaction? Oh, the Browns? Oh, that'd be cool. I'd be happy if there's a Super Bowl. Basket. Stream together? Bro, I ain't streaming the Super Bowl this year because I'm going to be at it. So I can't even stream that. But, yeah. No, I mean, feel bad for Otto. I don't know if you're going to feel bad. Let's go, Kaylee. I don't know if you're going to feel bad for Otto, but there is going to be a justification of it. So, feel like your first viral hit being disapproving of drafting Love now that you represent the Packers fans now as fan of the year? Oh, I have no difference. No, I feel fine about it. Because as I've said, and if people have been around the channel for a while, and as I've said multiple times, it was never Jordan Love. I didn't want a quarterback. In 2020, I had no interest in a quarterback because they just went to the NFC Championship game. They're doing all this stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, let's get us over the hump. And they drafted for the future. Because, like, you go back to, I had the same reaction for A.J. Dillon. I had the same reaction for Josiah DeGuara. Like, I was like, what are we doing here? Now, again, I'm not Brian Gutekunst. He knows a lot more than I do. That's why he's the GM of the Packers. But as I've said, it was never Jordan. And I will be very honest, like this season, when everyone was crapping all over Jordan Love, nope. I said the team is bad, but I was like, you got to be patient. Like, I ain't going to throw him under the bus. Like that's the QB of my team. So I have absolutely no problem with how I reacted about drafting a quarterback because at the time I didn't want one. But as soon as Jordan Love made the team, I bought this signed mini helmet and I bought his signed jersey literally the night of the draft. And I was like, yep, because now he is my future quarterback, whether he's a bust or not. Like, and I hope he does well. So I absolutely have no problem like doing that. And, it's never anything personal against Jordan whatsoever. Brian, usually it's day of. Usually. Gator, no, you will not. You will not. There will not be any east, west, or south characters in the north. Nay. Blender, you gotta throw it in there. Come on now. Come on, you got it. So, did you ever have someone edit Coach for you? No. Johnny has helped me with like the Chamas eye effect, and like the bubble in the woods and stuff, but no, it's a very like, I wrote it in a certain way, and I have a vision of it in a certain way. And so because of that, it then gets edited in a very particular way. And if I screw up in filming, I know how to fix it or get around it. And that would just be like too insane to try and convey. I also write out my scripts, which is not very helpful. So, yeah. That's it. Yeah, exactly, Kate. It's just like, I don't know why we're doing this, but you know. But will we find out why Otto and Steve hate each other? Yeah, it's kind of already been revealed-ish, but you are gonna get further clarification on it. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be this episode that's coming out tomorrow. It might be, but within the next 2 weeks, you're gonna find out more about Otto. Racing games? Yeah, some of them. Yeah, not a ton though. Never was a huge, like, I play like Need for Speed and all that great stuff, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, Brian, it's a very long day, but I mean, like, listen, I love it. I think I'm gonna look back at this time, from 2020 to 2024. I'm gonna look back on it and be like, Jesus, like, I don't know how I did all that. I think that's legitimately gonna be my reaction. Like, the fact that I did the E-Saga while I was teaching full time is insane. Like, just like the amount of time in a day, like, of just, during every single one of my study halls, I'm writing the script, right? And then as soon as I get home after working all day, I'm walking my dogs and I'm plugging in my camera and I'm starting to go. And then to do like all of that and all of the editing, and it was freaking nuts, man. Need for Speed Underground. Oh, so good. So good. So good. But the real question is, what does Blood Demon actually control? You'll see. That will be answered too. Den, it depends. Again, it depends on who's available, like who actually is still in the tournament. And yeah, we'll see from there. We will see. Have we seen the last of Ref? Like ever? No. In the saga? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, fell into the lore since East ended. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, how fun is it we no longer have to worry about what happened with McAfee show? Dude, I tweeted that out last night, and like I meant it. Because like I have not talked about this Jimmy Kimmel crap. I have not talked about this Aaron Rodgers crap. Because like legitimately that's what I have zero interest. I have zero interest in one millionaire calling another millionaire a pedophile and a crappy comedian making crappy jokes. I'm not a Jimmy Kimmel fan, but I'm also not a fan of what the hell Aaron Rodgers is saying. So like I just do not care. And I can put my focus on the Packers and a young team in the playoffs. And it's exciting. Bro, like, it's the greatest thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's going on. I don't have to get involved. I don't have to get invested. Nope. So I am just leaving that, and it's brought a lot of peace to my life, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Yes, Papa Grossi will be here. Yes. Yes, there will be a Supercut of the South saga as well. Yeah, it just, that was on me. Just because it's 30 and 30, I had no time in the off season, but yeah, no, I will. I definitely will. If I had to guess, February, March, maybe. Somewhere around that. Yeah, exactly. Not my problem. Not my issue. And like I said, like, I've explained many, many times. Aaron Rodgers, I am so grateful for his time in Green Bay. He brought a Super Bowl to my team that I got to witness, like, you know, on screen. Like, that was incredible. And the Packers are, like, always in it because of Aaron Rodgers. And, like, that, I will never forget that, and I will always be super grateful for that. And at the end of the day, like, I don't care about his politics. I don't care about, you know, his vaccine. I don't care about any of that crap. And again, like, I grew from that because I think during the pandemic, there was, like, when he went on to McAfee the first time and talked, I was like, what? And at that time, like, we all were being told, right? Like, hey, the vaccine's going to, like, stop the spread and everything. And, like, so if you don't get it, like, it's going to hurt other people. So I'm like, oh my God, that's bad. We can't do that. And I made a video, which I since deleted, and I've apologized for. And I'm like, listen, you want to not, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't care. Like, that's it. Just do not cause harm to other people. We rocking. Do what you got to do for yourself. We're rocking. And it just came to a point where wherever he would go, whatever it was, you know, whatever, something on McAfee, or whether it was contract issues, or whether it was draft night and Schefter tweeting, I don't care about any of that. At the end of the day, it was just exhausting. Of just, cool, we're not talking about the Packers. We're talking about this. Because that's something that's happening that is impacting the Packers. And I'm like, dude, I just want to focus on this. Like, I want to talk about winning. I want to talk about, like, whatever. I want to talk about the receivers that we're going to get. And it was just so tiring. So, like, Jordan Love coming in, you know, it's fantastic he's playing well. But, like, he is the perfect person to take over for that because so soft-spoken, there's no drama, and he's just, like, a football dude. The team loves him. Everybody from the minute he's walked in the building has been like, he has been a professional. Like, he never complained. There was, like, those rumors that he wanted a trade, but he never said anything. And it's just like, cool. Like, we're rocking. Like, let's go. But surprises here in Green Bay. The social media team doesn't surprise me too much. They've always been talented. It's just been if they're allowed to do it. Probably the young receivers. Love, you just didn't know. I mean, we came into the season, I was like, we can win 10 games, we can win 6. Like, I have no idea. But the receivers being as good as they are, you would have hoped. I thought, like, Watson would be big, but, like, Jaden Reed, you know, the tight ends as well, Musgrave and Kraft have been great. So you can't complain about that. Wicks has been great. Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the biggest surprises. But, you know, I'm going to meet, see Njoku and D-Hop. There you go. That's pretty cool. I've met people from the Packers. No, it's very cool. I haven't been able to meet a lot of players as a fan. Because, like, at some point, there was a, like, okay, like, I'm interviewing Mark Murphy. I can't just, like, ooh, and just, like, freak out. Internally, 1,000,000%. But, like, externally, couldn't really do that. So, Ginny, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. So, Rap, thankfully, I don't even have to think about it. That's a 10 years down the road. And that's it. And that's it. And, like, again, that's why it's house money. This team wasn't expected to make the playoffs, especially how they were playing this season. How many videos did I put out? Like, the Packers are really bad. They were a really bad football team. And then, like, still a few weeks ago, we were like, are they a good football team? Then they lose to the Giants and the Buccaneers. And now they've won. And so now, you know, we're rocking. So it is all house money. They beat the Cowboys. It would be incredible. They have a really competitive game with the Cowboys. That would be incredible. They get blown out. Still a successful season. So either way, we rocking. We are rocking. So I'm very, this has been one of the most fun seasons we've had in a while. Like, and like going into the off season, I'm like, there's not going to be any drama and it's going to be so nice. Knock on wood. But like, I don't have to worry about anything. Cool. Great. We're good. We're good. For the Packers, you know, there'll be plenty of NFL drama and chaos, but yeah, it'll be nice. Well, that's what I'm thinking, Joey. I just have a feeling. I picked the Browns to win, but I'm like, damn, man. Like, there's a huge part of me that wants to pick the Strouds. Because, like, it's a feeling I have. I'm just like, Stroud didn't play the first time against them. It just feels like it's going to be a weird one. But I could be wrong. 100%. I picked the Browns, but yeah, I don't know, man. And that was tough, too, with the Lions game. Because the Lions, I think everything is going to be in their favor. But I think the Rams, like, if their offense gets going, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really difficult. And the Lions, regardless, yeah, the Lions are going to, like, they had a successful season regardless as well. They set out to win the division, and they did. You know, they made the playoffs. So, do they want to win one? Absolutely. But at the same time, it's like, you also did this, then next year you just have to build upon it. The Giants didn't, for example, and that's also why they're getting slammed right now. So, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Chiefs and Bills, only home teams I picked to win. Yup. Hey, did you make up the Strouds, or did that come from a Texans fan base? Oh, no, I made that up. You know, that was just me. That was it. Just me. Yeah, I don't even remember why. It was just that. I think it's just because he had like an insanely good game. And I think it was just like, nah, these are the Strouds. Like, it was all him. He had like a 300-yard game or something like that. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's true, LQ. I mean, LQ, if we're like being really honest, the greatest case scenario would be the Packers beat the Cowboys, the Lions beat the Rams, the Packers then beat the 49ers because, oh my God, they could never get it done with Rodgers. So, like, that'd be amazing. I would be so legitimately happy to see the Lions and Packers in the NFC Championship game. It would be amazing for both fan bases because there would be the excitement of like, it's 1-1, right? Like we split our series, and then like you're here in the NFC Championship game. If the Lions win, they go to the effing Super Bowl. If the Packers win, they go to the Super Bowl with like a brand new quarterback. Like, okay. And if the Packers made it to the NFC Championship game, I'd be like, whatever. I don't care. Even if it's the Lions, I'm like, nope, that's cool. Whatever happens. Whatever happens. And the lore would be amazing. So, yeah, Joey, it does seem like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. I think that also might just be being a Browns fan of being like, I don't know. I'm always waiting for it. First ever Super Bowl. Yeah, Ishii, sorry. No, I have no... I don't want to see the 49ers or the Super Bowl because it's the same. Like, they're just that good. I'm kind of like, I don't need to. I'm good. And plus, if I have to be there and the 49ers win the Super Bowl, I'm not going to be like the happiest of people. I'll be like, oh, fine. But we'll see. I mean, the best case scenario is the Steelers win, the Ravens win, the Lions win, the Packers win, and the Browns win. That's the best case scenario for the lore. Because then it all just continues on, and then we get some like really crazy matchups. So we'll see. But I'm prepared for whoever gets eliminated this week. The fact that the Steelers made it in was incredibly helpful because if they didn't, then I would have been scrambling a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, there's 2 episodes left and that's it. But now I can continue. Sorry, Cal. Again, Bills, I picked you to win. Go Bills. But for the lore, Steelers would help. So we're just rocking. I'm hedging my bets. I'm betting on both sides. We're rocking. So Pittsburgh plays Baltimore if they win. Even if the Steelers lose, it works out because the Browns. There have been a few times in the sagas where like I really want an outcome to happen. Like really, really bad. I am at that level with the Browns and Ravens. Like I want to see it because it'll be a fun game. But dude, Browns Ravens for the lore would be insane. Like it would be so good. Like whether it's divisional round or an AFC championship game, I don't care. A divisional would be better. But I'm telling you, like, oh, it would be perfect. It would be freaking fracking perfect. So Packers versus anybody. I'll take that. But I just want to see a fun Super Bowl. I honestly don't care. It'd be cool to see the Ravens in there. I just don't know what team from the NFC beats them. If I'm being honest, because the Ravens can lose to 3 teams in the AFC, in my opinion. They can lose to the Browns, they could lose to the Steelers, and they can lose to themselves. Those are the 3 teams that I think can beat the Baltimore Ravens. Other than that, I think they're going to the Super Bowl, and I think there's a really good chance that they win the Super Bowl if they don't beat themselves. The 49ers maybe can do it. But they looked like garbage when they first played. So, I mean, the Browns can too. Like, dude, the Browns could 1,000,000% do it. And that's why, like, the Ravens should want all those AFC North teams gone. Just gone. But, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. That would be cool too. Dell gets to see. Yeah, I was just texting Dell throughout the entire meeting yesterday with Goodell. That was really awesome. But yeah. That'd be interesting. We'll see. We will see. I want to see Flacco take on like the Ravens. It's an amazing storyline. And regardless of who wins, like that's incredible. So, you know, that's pretty damn awesome. Pretty damn awesome. So I'll take it. But it's going to be a crazy play. I think it's going to be one of the craziest playoffs that we've seen in a very long time. I think that this free agency this year is going to be pretty crazy. I think this draft is going to be crazy. So yeah, this offseason is going to be so much fun. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Like a lot. It's going to be just like a different change of pace, but it's going to be so awesome. I'm really, really excited for it. Like I have a feeling March is going to be just madness. And February is going to be crazy too because of all the coaches. Like you see a lot of signings and all that. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it's true, Vanessa. I mean, that's the first real game I watched of the Packers, and that was them losing in the Super Bowl 32, and I fell asleep, and I woke up and saw they lost, and I was very upset. As like a 6-year-old, it was not a good time. It's not a good time. Oh, yeah, Detroit is going to go all out for the draft. I'm so happy for Detroit, too, because obviously, like, it's a city, right? There's going to be issues. I never felt unsafe in Detroit. Now, of course, you just don't go to certain places, of course, but dude, their draft, like, I really hope it's a sign, like, you know, like kind of a promotion of the city of just showing like how awesome that city, because that was one of my favorite cities I went to. I really loved Detroit. I had so much freaking fracking fun, so it's gonna be great. How many reaction videos are you gonna do? All coaching? I mean, I did a bunch already. I didn't do a wildflower one. I thought about it for a hot second, but I didn't. Because I didn't think it would do that well either. But yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of, we're just waiting, you know, until something else happens. So hopefully, you know, I'm writing tonight and there's no more news to break because I really do need to write and get this done. But we'll see. Rigbone, no, sorry about that. Yeah, no, the draft is, draft's a big deal. I don't know, man. Like, again, if you need it for a show or something, like, that's cool. Like, if you have a show, but yeah, in terms of streaming, like, I gotta be a little selfish with that. I don't like streaming with a ton of people in terms of that because I have to use different software, and the software is not as good as the software that I use. So I find, streaming with Perna is fantastic, and I love streaming with Perna, and the value that I think he adds to the streams for the audience is significant. And so because of that, I overlook StreamYard. I'm like, ugh, I can't have counters. I can't have, like graphics and stuff like that because StreamYard is very like. So if any chance I get, I'm going to stream on Streamlabs because it's so much better. The Johnny Rockford absolutely crushed a bunch of the graphics for the playoffs, like the draft and stuff like that. Yeah, or God, his cable delay. He knows how much it bothers me, though, because I'm just like, they're spoiling it in the chat. And thankfully with StreamYard, I don't get to see it as much because I'm usually just trying to catch up on the chat. But, dude. No, I love working with Perna. He's an awesome dude, and, like, I think we play off each other really, really well. So, it's just so much fun. It really is. Like, I love working with Perna. He's a great dude. He's a great friend, too. But, yeah. Yeah, it's not. So, Den, that's the problem, too. Streaming with others on Streamlabs is, like, impossible because I can do it, like, for the charity stream. I run it off of Streamlabs, and it's great. And I love it. But at the same time, like, I couldn't stream to Perna's channel as well as my channel on this without going through, a restream, which then is going to also put in a built-in delay. And if something happens with that, then something happens with this, and it's just, it's not fun. Clickbait is all StreamYard. Yeah, it's all StreamYard. So, it's not ideal. Yeah, ZJ, so it's there's a built-in delay on YouTube, and you could put a couple settings, because you do normal, low, and very low for latency. And I always pick low. I just pick the middle one because I don't want people's streams to crash or anything like that, like while they're trying to watch. So I keep it on low, and there's about like a 7-8 second delay just streaming this. Like, I'm talking right now, and now you're going to hear it. I'm watching myself do it right now. So, like, and you see it on the intro, too, because the intro plays here on Streamlabs, and then it also plays on YouTube. The one thing that I was actually surprised that they have never done, and I get it because it was probably way too expensive to do it. I am in the future. It's that YouTube itself doesn't really have its own streaming software. Because I would think, like, that would also could, like, make them a bunch of money, if they charged for that. But, yeah. It's weird. Like, so basically you have to go through a third party to stream, or you're streaming off your phone or something like that. So, it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. Made it more engaging. All right, so maybe I should do that, Joe. Yeah, maybe I could put on very low latency. That is very true. I could do that. I can try. Yeah, as long as it doesn't crash people's stuff. Because, like, that happened in the beginning. Like, that's why, like, I have a 4K webcam. I have the Brio. But I don't set this at 4K. Because, like, there's no real need for it, to be honest. Like, 1080 is fine. So, yeah, we could do the members Q&A. I mean, I could do it for this Q&A, honestly, and just set it to very low latency and see if it works out. I'm sure it'd be fine. But yeah, YouTube Studio. Another big old no. It don't work. So we don't touch that. But yeah, exactly. That's why it was. Because basically, like, I'm seeing a play like, oh man, they caught it, and the chat's like, wow, they caught it, and then like few seconds later it's like, oh, now they see that they caught it. Yeah, I guess that is kind of a pain in the ass. And that's why I hate watching things on delay, but okay. I'll try. I'll try very low latency. I can't imagine it's gonna make too much of a difference, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, streaming on YouTube does like low key suck, but I want to make it better. Like, I really want to make it better. The things I want to do, folks, I was telling this to Johnny last night. I like legitimately want to change sports media landscape. Oh, Twitch is not much better. Twitch just, oh my God, they just laid off like what, 35% of their work staff too? Horrible. But, you know, I think it's, oh man, I have such a good idea. Like, it's a 30 and 30 idea. It would change how I did content pretty drastically. But damn, it's a really good idea. It's a really, really good one. So, we'll see. We'll see. I ain't telling nobody, Johnny. We good. It would literally just change the way that I did content. That's it. It would change like the kind of stuff coming out and all that. GrossiCon, let's go, baby. Let's go. I mean, listen, at this point, during 30 and 30, the fact that people were dressing up as GCU characters, I can't tell you how much joy that filled my heart with. Like, the fact that like there were people dressed up as Wildflower. The biggest one, I think, besides there being Wildflower characters, which was in Baltimore, of course, DC, which was amazing. Like, in front of Lincoln, there's a whole bunch of Wildflowers, which was amazing. But it was when I was in Charlotte and I was walking back to the hotel because I was walking back from Whole Foods, going back to the hotel, stopping for a hot second so I could eat for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes, and then going with Johnny to the event, which was down the road. And I was walking down and I just like saw these two people walking up to me, like walking like, you know, past me, and they had on they had on a Chiefs jersey and they had a Lenny crown on. And I was just walking and I just start smiling and they just go, wait. And I go, how we doing? Like, I stop with them and talk to them and everything. But like, it was so effing awesome. Like, it was so freaking cool. Yes. Oh my God. At Buffalo, the little kid who brought a stick and dressed up as Wildflower, it was like, oh, this is my pony stick. And I'm like, this is like, it doesn't get better than this. Like, this is amazing. So yeah, man, like that's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. I really like it. But Maroon, yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. No, just for actors, just because like then people have to come to me and have to wait on their time and stuff like that. And considering how quickly I do videos, usually within the day, or sometimes 28 minutes, like the Pete Carroll video, I can't put that responsibility on other people because it's unrealistic, honestly. Or like if something needs to be made until 2:00 in the morning. So yeah, no, not with that. When I make a high level project, I'll hire other people, but that's for when I make a movie, which again is happening. Been saying it for years. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The crack cast. I'm Tom Grossi. Welcome to Crackcast. I'm sorry, what? Yep, no. That's what it is. That's what it is. I appreciate that, Vanessa. I appreciate it. Yeah, the last lettering, I think, fell off. And now I think it just says, like, T for, like, Saint, and then Jude is just, like, DE on there. So I just keep it on until whenever. We'll see. We will see. I think nothing will change if Chargers hire Harbaugh. No, I mean, they'll have Herbert. I don't know if Harbaugh goes to the Chargers. I think he wants to draft somebody. I mean, he just taught college. It would make sense that if he's going to go to the NFL, he's going to go to a team with a low draft pick so he can pick the guy that he wants to pick. Like, he literally was just working with college athletes, and now he can draft whatever college athlete that he wants to. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Hi, Moosey. Hold on, Moosey wants to... He was hanging out. You want to be released? All right, where's Holly? We'll do uno mas. Where are we? 59 minutes? All right, we've got an hour, but we'll go one more. Uno mas. Gotta save the spotted cow for Sunday. Gotta do that. Yeah, we gotta go to minute 69. We're rocking. Rocking. Boom. What'd you say? What are you talking about, Janine? What happened? What am I doing? I don't know. Una mas. Oh, Rachel, I have to ask, have you seen Lenny yet? Have you seen the Stitch Lenny that Andrea made? Have you seen him? Because Holly did send me pictures. Did send me pictures. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that, she said that you have joint custody. So, I just hope that, you're seeing Lenny enough. No. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Gotta bring Lenny to the -9 playoff game that you're all about to endure. Which is gonna be nuts on Saturday. She's keeping it from me. Yeah. I was thinking about that today. Like, that is also, besides, the complete lack of talent besides being wide receiver 1, and athletic ability, I don't think I would ever want to play a game of football in -9. Like, I like the cold. I like the cold a lot. It like soothes me. It's a New Yorker thing. But legitimately, no. I don't want to do that. No. Like, -9. Like, that's when legitimately, like, it was a power move. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's a power move when Colin Kaepernick, like, comes into Lambeau during that wild card game in short sleeves. And I was like, he is going to destroy our defense and I'm going to hate it. But damn, that's a baller move. Like, he's coming out there like it's single digits. And I was like, oh, damn. All right. That's impressive. That is impressive. Because, like, that's cold. So, and, like, I've played football in freezing temperatures, and I've played tackle. When you get hit, you did grow up in Wisconsin. When you get hit, it hurts so much. Like, there is a significant amount of pain when you get hit, and when you hit the ground, it hurts. So, no. The moving, yeah, I get it. But holy crap, man. Never, ever. Like, and you're now getting hit by some of the greatest athletes in the world who are 255 pounds of pure muscle, and they are running at you full speed, and it's -9. No. Just no. But, yeah, man. It's crazy. Football, yeah, exactly. Shut up and stop feeling it. Listen, I can handle a lot of pain and discomfort. Don't get me wrong. But no, there's just like, I don't want to. I don't want to. I would rather not put myself in that position. I'll never make those millions of dollars that they do, but I'm cool. I got pajama pants on. We're rocking. Brooke, that's what made me think of it, because it was the Freezer Bowl, the Cincinnati game. Yeah, -59 with the wind chill. Colder than the Ice Bowl. Like, Green Bay, if you talk about the Ice Bowl, like, that is one of those legendary, insane games. And of course, that goes throughout the NFL, but it's like holy. And then you're like, oh no, but that was still colder. That's crazy. Like, Rachel, literally all the booze. Yeah, no. You could safely consume. It's good. That's the winter jacket. I went up to school in New Paltz, and I would never bring my jacket out to the bar. And so I would go out in short sleeves all the time because I just had like a button down and short sleeves and jeans. And so we had to walk from the dorms to the bars. And I was like, well, I'm not bringing my jacket. So you just drank enough so that when you walked out into the cold, you didn't feel it as much. And then you walk to the bar. And then by the time you're walking back from the bar at 2 a.m., it's freezing cold, but you're also drunk. So you're good. But, oh yeah, Ice Ball 100%. 100%. So, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the Freezer Bowl is nuts. Never been so cold in his life. Yeah, I would imagine so. Like, there's cold, and then there's that. I'm good. I'm gonna stay in front of like my wood stove. We're gonna rock. Down here, it gets cold because sometimes I'm like, I don't want to turn on the heat. and it gets down to like, 59. I'm like, oh, it's a little chilly, but so it isn't. It's Lambeau, it's fine. But yeah, no, that, freezing cold and drunk. Funny story, because now you're getting Tom Grossi after dark and vitamins before, so now they're starting to hit. So I appreciate you, folks. This is fantastic. So I never fell. I never like stumbled into somewhere I shouldn't have, blacked out, anything like that in college. Like walking home from a bar. However, there was one night where we went out to the bar. Of course, everyone was of age. Of course. We went out to the bar, and usually we close the bar down so until like 2 a.m. Now this is up in New Paltz. So this is a little upstate New York. It's like it's about an hour from me, and it's about like an hour 45, 2 hours from New York City up. And it gets pretty cold. Like it's not, Buffalo or anything like that. It's not, Western New York, but it gets cold. So during the winter time, like it would be like single digits, like during at night and stuff like that. And it'd be windy and snowy and all that great stuff. That's fine. Upstate New York. Let's go. So there was one night, I think did I have boot? No, I wouldn't have worn boots to the bar. So like I'm wearing sneakers. I was like, if I'm going to be freezing, I got to look okay, which I didn't. But anyway, I went out to the bar and I said, all right, there, I'm in my sneakers. I didn't bring a jacket because as we already established before, I don't wear jackets when I go to the bar because come on now. I don't want to lose my jacket. My jacket's really expensive and I was a broke college child. So I said, all right. So I go to the bar, we dance, have some good times, drink, all that great stuff. And then there are these girls who live down the hall that we're like friendly with, kind of just like we know them, we see them, in the dorms and all that great stuff. They like come over a couple times, we go hang out with them. Super platonic, super whatever. So, they are trashed. And I mean trashed. And so I go, okay, we cannot let them go, back to the dorm by themselves. Like we live in the same dorm, literally down the hall, like I don't want anything to happen to them, whether they get hurt, whether whatever. So we like the group of us, like we're walking them back. And so I'm 6 foot. The girl that I am walking with, who originally hated me, by the way, and this ends the story fantastically. Like she hated me because if we're going into lore, there was a game in college called Gotcha. It's called other things, other places. And basically you would sign up and you would get a popsicle stick with somebody's name on it. And what you needed to do was basically like assassination or like tag. You needed to go and you need to put the popsicle stick and touch them with the popsicle stick that has their name on it and go, gotcha. But there were certain places where you couldn't get them. There was like certain hours, whatever. So there was ways that you could be safe in which you basically had to have like it's not a totem, but basically a totem that you carried around. And as long as you were holding it and like you were safe, like you were good. So it really limited when you could get these people out. So like you had to be invited into their dorm, like in their room or something like that in order to get them. And again, like you wouldn't know who these people are. You didn't know who had you or anything like that. You just had rumors. It was a really fun game. It was really cool. And I really wanted to win. So, very stubbornly so. So, and this is going to all connect momentarily. There was a time where I got a popsicle stick and I knew who I had. I knew who they were. And it was the girls down the hall. The same one that I'm currently walking home. Not the one that I tagged, but they're in that same suite. So there's one night where we're playing gotcha, because it's always going on. And I'm in the dining hall and I see my person. And I go, okay. Now, they're holding their, I don't remember what it was. They're holding, their piece of paper or something. it's whatever their totem was where they couldn't get tagged. And so I am standing near them. They don't know that I have them. And I am just watching her hand. Like I'm pretending to like order something, but I am like a hawk for the second minute 69. Got us 59. Let's go. I got that at 1:09:59. 69. Nice. Anyway. So I'm watching her hand because if she drops like the totem or she's not holding it at any given time, I can tag her. So there's a hot moment where she switches her hand. She was holding a basket with food in it, and she put it down for a second and put the totem in the basket, and I literally just reached over, poked her with the popsicle stick and said, "Gotcha." And she slowly looked up with an amount of rage that legitimately I was just like, oh, she's mad. She got pissed. So what winds up happening, she goes, "I'm holding my totem," or whatever it was. I don't even remember what it was called. Safety, maybe something like that. And I go, "You put it in your basket for a hot second, but I won't argue with you." So I basically revealed myself to be the person that had her name. Because I was like, if you're really going to argue this, which I know I was in the right, but I'm not going to fight with you about it. I will get you out still. Right? So she got super pissed. She was like, I said, okay, that's if you want to say that. We all go back to our dorms. I'm sitting there and I'm eating food and there's a knock on the door. I open the door and it's the RA, right? Who's basically like the student boss of the hall. And it's the girl that I just tagged out. And so the RA is staring at me and I was like, "Hey." And she goes, "Did you tag her when her totem was out of like her hand?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Okay." Takes her popsicle stick and gives it to me and goes, "You're out." And I was just like, So somebody told somebody that I tagged her, and basically the RA like gave it. So for then like 6 months, these girls hated me. And I mean hated me. Like despised me because they thought I was cheating. And I was like, "Bro, I got you. Like, I'm not going to fight you, but like, I got you." So every time I ran into them, I was super nice to them because like I had no problem with them. And they were just complete a-hole. Like they would just ignore. If they came over and I like came out, they'd be like, "No, we're leaving," or just ignore it. I was like, all right, so we're going like back to high school. So this is all going on. And I basically go, all right, 6 months, whatever. Don't worry. I'm going to explain the end of Gotcha. Don't worry. I promise. So so now I'm walking one of the girls home from that suite to finish off this little storyline. She is taller than me. I'm 6 foot. She's at least 6'3". So she's taller. And I was like, okay. And I had like, we're arm in arm because in New Paltz, it is a solid sheet of ice and it is all uphill to get to the dorm that we need to go. So I said, okay. So she is trashed and she can barely walk. And I'm like, I am getting you back to the dorm safely. We are doing it. I think she either played soccer or field hockey. So we're walking, and I'm doing great. And honestly, like low-key, I'm crushing it. Just in terms of stability, because I'm like, the number one thing, I do not want to fall, especially while I am arm in arm with someone who is larger than me. And if they fall, it's going to hurt. Also, they're in heels. So again, you have probably around 6'3". She is wearing heels and she is trashed. And I'm sitting there feeling good. And I'm just like, okay, gotta be a big boy and we gotta get this person home. So we make it. about probably a football field, 100 yards away from the dorm. I see it. Like a beacon in the distance, I see it and I go, wow, we did it. I legitimately got her there. We're going to be great. Once we get past this little part, we did it. I walked them home. I will have done the right thing. Like, I'm feeling good about that. The only thing that we need to get past is that there is a small bridge. It's pavement, and it's like a small mound, right? It's like decently gradual, and then it goes over. It crosses what we called the Gunks, which was basically like this little river that ran in there, and like it was really dirty. That's why we called it the Gunks and the Schwabenunks. There was the whole thing. That's New Paltz lore. But anyway, there's this bridge. And I just go, this is it. It's Sleepy Hollow. Once you cross that bridge, Headless Horseman can't catch you. We're home free. So we start walking. And it's an incline. And we're going. And she's in heels. And 6'3". And I'm holding on for dear life. And she is trashed. And she's starting to slip. And I go, nope, I got you. And I just strong arm it as much as my skinny self at the time could. And I said, you ain't going. And so it gets to the point where I'm pulling because we're going up an incline. So we get to the middle and there's a little pole that's sticking out of it. So like cars can't drive on it. And we like stop there. We're like, okay, we just got to get down now. We got to get down on the other side of the hill, the mound, right? And then we're good. So I take a deep breath. We're walking along. We're going down very slowly. Very, very slowly because it's a decline, right? We get to the part at the bottom of the hill where it begins to even out. Her left leg slips out from underneath her, goes flying upwards. So now, as I'm still trying to transition from going down to now straight on the pavement, all of this force drags me backwards. So I dropped the shit out of her. And I fell too. But it was not as hard as she did. Because there was no way on God green earth that I was going to be able to hold her. I made it to Mordor. I got to Mount Doom and I fell just short. I was basically Isildur. I got there. I was about to drop the ring in where it belonged and nope, just gone. Didn't do it. So she fell, and then she was upset about that. And I got her back up, and like we wound up eventually going back to the dorm. And the story ends nicely because she was pissed, of course, because she fell pretty hard. And it was like, you were supposed to catch me. I was like, I fell too. And we got to the dorm, dropped her off. Great. Next morning, I think we see her at like breakfast or something. She's like, thank you so much. Like, she was sober, that hungover too. It was like, thank you so much for walking me home. I really appreciate it. She's like, I never really thought you were an a-hole because of gotcha. And I was like, you had a funny way of showing it. And she's like, haha, you're good. And I was like, okay. So that ended the sweet feud, right? So that's how the original story that we were telling, that's how that ends. If you want to know the gotcha story and how that ended, do you remember when I said that I really wanted to win? And I mean, really wanted to win. So, just a little bit about me. When I want to do something that I'm like, oh, this is going to be good, or I get really competitive about something, I'm locked in. 30 and 30, bro, I didn't get sick. I was on 3 hours of sleep. I wanted to die, but we were great every day. 30 days straight. Was just like, nope, we're going. Can't walk, don't care. I'll get there. Can't fly, I'll drive. We're going to do this. It is pure spite and will and probably, a litany of other things that haven't been diagnosed. So, nothing bad, by the way, and of like what I did. This wasn't like, just like, so I killed a person. It's not that. That I realize the intense way that I described that made it seem like I did something to somebody and I didn't. No, that's on me. That's my language that I used. I apologize. So anyway, it gets down to the final few people. I get a lot of people out. I think I got probably 6 people out, which is a lot because it's only a certain amount of people that are playing within the dorm. So I got a lot of people out. And it came down to like these final 4. And it was myself, it was my roommate, and it was one other person, and then it was one of the girls from the dorm. The dorm that I've been talking about this entire time. It's a dorm, it's a suite. Like legitimately, they have, there's a whole bunch of people in there, and now it's another girl from that same one who already hates me because I got their suite mate out in gotcha. So do you see how these feuds continue? It's insane. It's a suite mate down the hall. Suite mate down the hall. So, oh no, me and my roommate, we had each other. We weren't gonna happen. So, there was one night where they said, and it was like dead of winter. So this is like late January, early February. There is a point where they're like, there's a night where you can get anybody out at any time. Right? So I was like, okay, I don't trust my suite mates enough for them not to let these girls in. Because if you're invited into the suite, they can tag you and you're out. I was like, okay, that doesn't work. So I didn't trust them. I can't go to the library because people are going to start checking the library. I can't go to a really public place. I guess I could walk into town, maybe. I can just kind of hang out at a restaurant or something, but God forbid they come in. I can't run because I would never leave a bill kind of thing. Because that'd be rude. So I said, all right, there's only one thing I could do. So I went out. I got a bunch of people out. They were pissed. We got a bunch of people out. And the girl from that suite, I don't remember why I couldn't tag someone else, but basically she was like hunting me the entire time. She's like, no, I'm gonna get this guy out because he eliminated my suite mate. She fell like Boromir, whole 9 yards. So I said, okay. And again, it's like late January, early February. So I went outside because I was running away from them. And I ran fast. And I lost them. And then I said, okay, I need to hide. And in New Paltz, on this grassy little field that was there near one of the dorms, there was a bunch of really large pine trees. So I decided, okay, this is going to hurt. This is not going to feel good. It's going to be cold. I am going to go hide in a pine tree. And I'm going to go so deep and high on the pine tree that they are not going to find me even if they look. And people don't want to look through pine trees during the winter because they stab you. And it hurts a lot. So I went into the pine tree. These mofos, for at least an hour and a half, were checking trees. They were going in. They were like, they were getting stabbed by pine needles. Never found me. Never found me. Until I knew that they were far enough away, because they were going somewhere else. And I just sat there and I was like, nope. I'm like, especially them, I'm not letting them get me out. So eventually, I get out of the tree. I sprint sprint. Because now there's a bunch of people on the girl's side too, because they're just like, oh, he cheated. I'm like, I didn't, but whatever. So like I would get called out. So I sprinted through my dorm into my room, locked the door, and was like, I'm out. I'm good. Unzipped, lived to fight another day. The game went on so long that it got to a point where they had to switch popsicle sticks because everybody knew who everybody had. We did that, and still nobody got out because I refused to get out. So I said, I will do this forever because I don't care if I have to take summer classes. I don't care if I have to stay here through the holidays. I am not going to lose this game because now I'm like the final four. There's no shot. There's no shot. And this is why I always wanted to go on Survivor. So anyway, the RAs start offering prizes to people. Hey, if you're willing to drop out, we'll give you this. We'll give you like Hawk Bucks so you can buy extra stuff at the dining hall. They start trying to bribe the contestants because at this point, this game should be over. And between these four people, it's very intense. It is incredibly competitive. And like, it's just people, like, it's just sweet against sweet. And it's just nuts. And I will just sit in my dorm out of spite. I'm like, I guess I'm going to do a lot of homework from here. Like I'm going to shower with my totem. I am going to go to the bathroom with my totem. Like there is no shot that I'm getting out. So this goes on for some time. To the point where the first time ever in history of the game, and they have been doing gacha for decades, like eons. They have been doing this game forever. They go, we're just going to put it down to a game of skill and chance. And I go, okay. So they create this kind of Olympics thing. I forget what the first challenge was. I think it was trivia. And we dominated because my roommate and we just dominated. The second thing was pure luck. And I did not do well. I think it was like drawing sticks or something. And I didn't do well on that. So like that brought me down in points. And the third thing was a game of Mario Kart. That's how they wanted to settle this. And they were like, so after the first and second game, because the RAs had no idea what to do, they were like, oh, it's tied. So whoever wins in Mario Kart, you win. Now, let me explain something to you. It was later in my youth, but I had an N64. And I played Mario Kart all the time. All the time. I loved it. It was amazing. I would play against the computer every single time. If a friend came over, I'd play against him. Amazing. Later in my life, I get PS2, no Mario Kart. GameCube, Mario Kart. But I don't play it as much because I'm like, I played James Bond on GameCube, played Wind Waker on GameCube. But then the Wii comes out. And I never played Mario Kart on the Wii. And this last Mario Kart challenge is on the Nintendo Wii. So we raced. I think I came in third. And they gave it to one of the girls in the suite. And she won. Because she won in Mario Kart. There was no way. I had no shot. It is so different. Mario Kart Wii is so different. And so because of that, I did not win Gacha. Now that's Tom Grossi lore. That is Tom Grossi lore. That's the first time I ever told that story, too. Yeah. I was so pissed. I hid in a tree. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was like a chess piece or something. Like maybe like a pawn from a chess piece or something. It is a tragedy, honestly. I've never gotten over it, obviously. But, dude, it's just not the same, Colin. I didn't know. It is a great story. I just didn't know. I know how to play Mario Kart Wii. One day I'll get my vengeance. And you know what? If ever I become a famous person, unlikely, and SUNY New Paltz reaches out to me to give a speech, I'll tell that story. That will be the commencement speech that I give. Or I don't know, if you run a college, I'll give a commencement speech, and I'll talk about New Paltz, even if it's not New Paltz. And then you'll be like, who are you? Why are you talking about this? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm going to leave. That's it. Winning Fan of the Year after winning in Mario Kart. Can you imagine? They're like, you know what? Captain Morgan. It was a tie. You know, there was just two contestants that were like two fans of the year that were so great that we're gonna have a tiebreaker just to see who could win fan of the year. And it's gonna be Mario Kart. Probably on the Nintendo Wii. That's what that's gonna be. That's what it's going to come down to. So, yep, they're gonna pick it. They're like, you know what? Let's just do Mario Kart Wii. Why not? Start practicing. Bro, I can't watch a movie. I can't play Mario Kart Wii. Oh my god. Yeah, it could be the Switch. It's true. I did not play Mario Kart on the Switch either. Yeah, no. I played like 3 games on the Switch and that was it. But yep, honestly, that should start the villain arc. So what I just explained to you, that's Otto's backstory. So if you were wondering, it's all that. It's going to come out tomorrow in the lore. It's that entire story going to be told like verbatim. And that's why he is the way that he is now. So I hope that is a satisfying conclusion to Otto's character development. Verbatim. Yeah. Timmy beat him in Mario Kart, and he's just like, gotta go. That's it. It explains it all. It's all done now. Like, now you know why, you know, the lores are the lores. That's it. That's why I hate Mario Kart. Bro, I have not played Mario Kart since. Ever since that one game, I never touched it again. I was like, nope. It's too much. It's too hurtful. They would turn psychotic after that. Dude, I was pissed because I was going to win. And that's why I said, like, I would love to go on Survivor. I don't have time right now, but, like, I would love to go on Survivor. That's why Otto does Sudoku. I'll never lose. Yep, the lore is really deep. But yeah, I was like, because if I ever got on Survivor, I applied a couple times. This was like years ago, pre-COVID. I applied a couple times, and I was like, I know I would do well. Like, there's aspects of my game that I definitely would not be the best at, but I'm like, I think I could do really well. I could survive. Oh, surviving would be the easiest part. Bro, I eat grass. They're complaining, they're like, oh, we only have rice. I'd be like, I will take yours. Absolutely. I will eat rice. That's cool. That's fantastic. Play Mario Kart for charity. Oh my god. Yeah, it'd be so much fun. The social game, I think I'd do okay with. I think I'd be fine. Physical, I'd be all right. I'd have to train for it. Yeah, it's different though now. It's gotten a lot more like ruthless and chaotic. I like it. I haven't watched Survivor, I gotta be honest, in a few years. But I used to watch it all the time. But like, there was definitely like more of a simplicity to it. But like, it got pretty ruthless quick. I know they're doing gimmicks and things like that too. But my character was Yoshi all day, every day. Yep, it was Yoshi. Yeah, I'm not interested in the Amazing Race though. I want to do Survivor. Like, it would have to be Survivor. I don't mind Amazing Race, it's cool. But Tom's first sponsor is Mario Kart Wii. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. All right. It's 8:05. Jesus. All right. I gotta go right. I appreciate y'all. This was a lot of fun. This was a good time. I'll hopefully have that done tomorrow. Hopefully have that premiered. Clickbait's supposed to be happening. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't make it. So yeah, we're gonna we'll figure that out. I'm gonna have lore tomorrow probably. And yeah, we'll rock and roll. I appreciate the heck out of you. We'll do another one probably after the championship games. We'll probably do the other January one that week. But folks, I appreciate you. Have a fantastic night. I'm gonna go write some lore. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go bag go. Let's go.